Hey everybody, Casey here with the 3W podcast. Welcome to the Who What Where. I have three friends with me today. I call them Mandy's Mafia. There's more to her group, but we only have two additional people here today. So, first things first, Mandy, will you do the honors of popping the bubbles?
Of course, I'm always willing.
Always ready.
And now the meeting commences.
I brought them the finest plastic today, not to be confused with China. The finest, gold rimmed. I'm sure it's real gold as well on the real plastic. So,
I love all things gold.
Can't be trusted with glass. That's why Mandy's doing the popping. I know. Okay, so here's my friends: Mandy, Macke, Tareneh, Manning, and Jennifer Yurachek. So say hey, ladies. Hey. Oh, yeah, this will be the most fun that everyone watches. I just know it. Okay. So a few introductions. It's a lot. I'm not sure what to do.
We're reining it in.
I know. Mandy, Macke. Let's say who you are. I want to get all the titles correct because I will butcher everything.
Oh, sure.
Executive Director, Willard and Pat Walker Charitable Foundation, born and raised in 78 in Fayetteville. 5678.
5678.
Okay. Jennifer Yurachek, Yuri for short.
Sure.
First Lady of Razorback Athletics and philanthropist since 2017.
Yes.
That's when you got on the ground here,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Correct.
Tareneh Manning, you go by T.
That's right.
So, interior designer, arts advocate, and philanthropist.
Yes.
And official long-term roots since 2005.
Yes.
Yes.
And before, but yes.
Yes, with a stint in college, but you were born in Oklahoma.
I was born here, but
No, I have in my old notes you were born in Oklahoma.
I grew up in Oklahoma.
Oh, but I was born. Gosh, somebody lied in my notes.
You're right. If she's in, she's out, she's back.
I know, right? That's why I'm like long-term roots.
I think I was conceived
since 05.
in the New Devil.
Something like that.
Not that kind of podcast.
But hey, what? It could take a turn. It could take a turn. It could take a turn. The bubbles are out, right? So we're here today to talk about Arkansas Children's Hospital, specifically Northwest, and to talk about the upcoming Gala of Hope on Friday, August 2nd at the Fayetteville Public Library, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, Mandy,
Yes.
I have all kinds of notes. You're passing the torch, but let's start with you. So the gala turned 15 last year.
Yes, last year.
Was Will Goff. No, it was Color of Hope. So we had a color for 14 years assigned. Mm-hmm. And last year you reinvented it.
Shook it up.
Yes, with the Gala of Hope.
Yes.
So you officially chaired it, though, in 2019 before the planet shut down.
Yes.
And it was gold.
I was gold.
Talk about going out with a bang.
We went out with a bang.
Literally.
How much bang? More than 1,500 people got together to...
And multiple wardrobe changes.
3 wardrobe changes.
Yes, 3. I think that's the max, right?
So that's my... Yes,
Okay.
that's my
It's been 2 ever since?
Yeah.
Well, just one.
Just once.
Yeah, so. Okay. So, gold year, you chaired, but you've never really not cheered.
Well, I'm true. I keep my hands in the mix.
Yeah,
Right? I like to be a participant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping my hands in the mix. But, it's fun, and it's a lot of good work for a good cause.
Yes.
So, besides the fact that I'm a control freak, it makes sense.
Same.
Yeah.
You're like, and that goes there.
Yes.
Okay, but let's talk about White Children's. Like, this came from Pat, right?
Yeah, I mean, Pat was a longtime philanthropist, but her heart really was all about the children. Mm-hmm. And so when we had the opportunity to partner with Arkansas Children's over the years, it was a natural fit, but most significantly when ACNW was brought to fruition. And so we buckled down and said, hey, we're going to partner with all these families and organizations and corporations and foundations in Northwest Arkansas. And we all came together to build what we all now know as ACNW for the past 6 years.
Yeah, 2018. So 1 year after you got here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It was intentional.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, they knew you were coming, so the torch would be passed. And you just gave a huge gift last year at the newly themed Gala of Hope. You gave $25 million, half to be named after her, Pat, and for future expansions, and half for an endowment to provide care for generations to come.
Right. So the hospital, ACH hospital, decided they were taking a statewide expansion. So both the Little Rock campus and the Springdale campus are undergoing a major expansion. And so when we decided that we would support the big campaign, we directed our funds specifically to Springdale, to ACNW, $25 million. Half of it would go to the capital campaign to build the second tower, the second hospital tower, and the other half is going to go to the endowment, which is desperately needed because we need to keep this service going, to continue to recruit and have the best physicians, the best health care professionals providing the care to the children of Northwest Arkansas.
And the largest gift to date.
Dang straight. Yeah. It was special. And
it was special.
It was special. And so in honor of that gift, Children's came back and said, we're going to name the Springdale campus the Pat Walker campus, which is fantastic.
It's sweet. It's really sweet. Every time I haven't had to seek care there yet. Thankfully, right? I'm not seeking care, but if you need care, seek care. That's what I always say. But I haven't needed to seek care yet, but I have been in there. And it's just a sense of peace when you drive in and you see her name on the sign.
I thank you for saying
it's like
that,
a hug,
right? She was such an integral part of the Springdale and Northwest Arkansas community. She was a grandmother for so many, and such a loving and warm smile. And she was authentic and genuine about giving back to help everybody reach their full potential in life, and specifically kids, right? And healthcare is one of those primary elements.
Yes,
and
without it, we're down.
Right. And so, she lived in Springdale she didn't want to move from out of Springdale. She lived in Springdale for decades until her passing. And so I think it's super special that ACNW campus is named.
I know. I love
Yeah. Thank you.
Love it. Okay. So we're jumping off of you. We're done.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say,
She gave some money, we're done.
Don't ask me anything after Mandy. I don't want to follow Mandy.
Because the torch got passed to you.
Yeah, lucky me.
I know, lucky you. You got it on a red year, which was fitting.
Of course, we made it red.
But then
the world shut down. Yeah, which was just a bummer.
But you
had a
pivoted
great
well.
red dress.
I'm sure I have nothing.
Actually wore it last year.
So you got to use a
Yeah,
dress.
I went to Caleb last year. So I finally got to wear it.
Last year too.
Yeah.
But you pivoted to tailgate.
We pivoted.
Right?
Yeah.
Even more fitting. Because we can't get away with that.
Yeah, well, of course not. That's,
No. First lady.
Breathe it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I mean, it was great because obviously, well, it was actually, I can say this claim to fame, we are the only back-to-back chairs.
Oh, yes,
because-
you are.
Yeah,
Yes.
the first year we really scaled it back.
Yes.
And really just,
You had it for two, then the Roberts, then the Swopes, right? Okay, yes.
So the first year was when, things were really crazy.
That's right.
We really just scaled back to something very simple and very small. Then the next year it was still on that bubble. Most children's hospitals across the country were not doing any, sort of gatherings and or any kind of galas and things. And so we kind of made the decision that just to be safe,
Yeah, absolutely.
we're going to just have individual
And
parties.
consistency was key.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why we met in your basement.
We did. Yeah, so that's right.
We had a little
Filmed. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We filmed in the basement. I mean, it was great. And I think people loved it. I mean, we had wonderful food that was
Yes.
delivered to everybody's house. That
Yes.
brought tables. So, your table consisted of a party for 10 people.
But it was
with
delivered
food
right
and
to you with
beverages,
everything.
and everybody logged on and watched together. And it was... it was really, it was cool to see everybody coming together. If we could not be together, coming together all over this area, having their own different parties.
Yes.
It was a neat.
I loved it.
It was a cool idea.
It was a great idea.
I did great and raised money.
Yeah, you did.
Support thing.
Which is all that matters.
Yeah, it's all that matters.
Yes.
For the children.
Talk about your why.
Oh, well, obviously, I've got 3 kids. We've been they're grown men now. I'm very blessed with good health for each of them. But I know family members, friends who my nephew had cancer and was treated at St. Jude's in Charlotte a couple of years ago. And I just think in any community, we love this community. We adore the people. We adore everything about it. And I just think one of the most important reflections of a community is how we take care of our children.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most vulnerable population, and to provide health care, and not even you were saying about you haven't had to go. Well, that's great. Arkansas Children's is making it, is very much into wellness, and we want kids to come. That's a win.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So everything that they do in this area. I was floored by, how far people had to travel to get this kind of care.
Right.
But
they're adding
stories of
services
people,
daily.
driving to Little Rock in the middle of the night, and it's only getting better from here. And I mean, we serve such a broad area. So anyway, bottom line is kids are the core. They're our future. They're the most vulnerable population. And to me, that's where giving starts, is protecting those and doing whatever you can.
So she didn't bully you. It was
There may have been a little bullying, and there may have been some champagne.
Were there some bubbles?
There's always bubbles. Who says so? I mean, it's a great cause, but
Let's be real.
that is so true.
Who says no?
does?
There's only a few people
It's
I
just
can
wrong. It's hard
put
to
in my
come out of your
hand that I'll
mouth.
say no to.
Yeah.
I'm a ramrodder. I like force a good cause down
Absolutely.
towards anyone.
Yeah. Same.
They may have questioned whether they still wanted to be my friends after 2 years.
Never. Never.
I don't see that happen.
Never. Yeah, no, it was great. And I was very blessed. I mean, honestly, Mandy has introduced me to so many causes and things.
Well, you met me.
That's right. I mean,
Ding, ding, ding.
she is the conduit to all things good.
A condo to all things good. Cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to that. Plastic clank. Yeah.
That's so great.
Just saying.
That's a good one. And another conduit member, T.
Hey.
You're the new chair this year.
Yes.
I keep color coding everything, unfortunately. So to me, you're the blue. You're the blue. I don't mean to take away from the Gala of Hope, but I'm like, you're still the blue.
Love that.
Right? Because you got your big blue gown with your wings and everything, and it's just going to be amazing.
Gala of Hope.
Yes.
It's blue.
It's
The back is blue.
The room is blue.
Room is blue. All
the last year was red and gold.
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. Yes, talk about this year's.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. We are playing off the casino theme again because that was so much fun and so fabulous. We're ramping that up. We're taking it to the next level, just like we're taking the expansion of Children's Hospital to the next level.
That's right.
Doing the same with the gala and very excited. The decorations are divine.
Oh.
To be honest, like I've been involved in fundraising my entire adult life, and it is the most beautiful setting. Thanks to the chair every year.
The non-chair chair.
And the and like that.
The silent, the ghost chair. Yeah.
And I mean, they are such pros. It is absolutely stunning, and it is so much fun. And seeing the child up there every year.
Rip your heart out.
Yes, and I don't know if we're talking about this year's child or not, so I'll just keep that under wraps for now. And then, but yeah, it's just going to be great.
What is your mark on this gala?
My mark on this gala?
Aside from all the money that's going to be raised that night, but if you walk into the room, what would I go, oh my gosh, well, Tareneh's obviously the chair to share.
Well, I think it's more about bringing some new people into the room, and that's really hard to do because they sold out before anything even goes on.
And that was another big change from Color of Hope to Gala of Hope was the smaller, intimate setting. You raise the ticket prices, which I fully believe in. You raise more money, and it's the people that care and give that are actually in the room.
Right, and that's honestly more important than the room.
Right.
It's the people in the room and the reason we're there for the children and to support the staff, every bit of the staff at Children's, and to make sure that we've got facilities and equipment that they need. And it'll take years to get there. So we have to be long-term committed to this as a community, and we have to be long-term committed to this as, individuals.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know about a mark on the room. I mean, I really do think it's the people. I mean, new people.
But people are a mark. I love that.
Having the opportunity to foster relationships and grow old relationships and new ones with people out in the community that really care about Children's Hospital.
I love this.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's right. But I also think maybe with the flowers, Todd's always known for having a good floral.
I think she is an interior designer, so let's be real.
I think that you'll find that the linens look
Okay.
you always go to the lines, right? We hit it.
Yes.
I think you will.
Yes,
It might just be feeling a tinge more elevated with that. And I do think the, like Tareneh said, we're taking that casino to the next level. That also feels very Manning-ish, right?
Yes.
It does.
It does. And so there'll be a bigger area for the gaming. And
Because
it'll
at
be-
the end of the day, investing in this hospital or bringing this hospital to Benton and Washington County, that was a gamble,
oh yeah, I mean,
right?
But a necessary one.
Unnecessary gamble.
I mean, we have such population growth here, and the region around us is underserved, and having a children's hospital is necessary.
it is.
I mean, and growing it so it can really serve at a much fuller capacity. I mean, thank God we have it now.
We don't want people leaving our area to seek care.
Level up.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right. Well, it's actually fascinating. There's 700,000 children in our region. So that's, southern Missouri, southern Kansas, and eastern Oklahoma that will benefit from, that do benefit from ACNW, but the expansion will play a key role to making sure that those 700,000 kids, in addition to our 200,000 to 300,000 in Northwest Arkansas, are all being satisfied with quality healthcare close to home.
That's so amazing.
Because access is important.
Access is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's key.
Without it, you're 6 feet under, or you're like literally traveling hours.
And that's time,
the
that's money, that's
stress.
stress, that's, family, dealing with other family members at home, a job. I mean, there's just a million things that play.
Never
into that.
ending.
Yeah, never ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to go far, if you have to travel far.
Absolutely.
Decent healthcare.
Right.
And on a less mission-focused area, it also helps businesses here. You just
Yes.
because it helps recruit the top people to our amazing corporate, our Fortune 500 corporations,
Absolutely.
and our new upstarts. Like it's important to have here. And there are some states that don't have a children's hospital, and to have two,
I know.
I mean, kudos
to Arkansas.
Yeah.
It's shocking to think of states that doesn't have a children's
vision
at this point in
Because
2020.
there's a lot that have flooded
Yes.
around the country.
Right. But that's a testament to our state and our communities that
Because children's
investing.
healthcare is expensive.
It is
So a lot of hospital systems are getting out of it.
it
because
seems
it's
so
much
specialized.
Very specialized.
Yeah.
Very specialized.
You don't just need a needle, you need a small needle.
Yeah.
Everything is in a different size
Right.
than it is for us adults.
And the size is this. Yeah,
exactly.
From birth to
Right.
18, you got, and this is where it's change.
And dealing with pediatrics is just different than dealing with adults. So we're bringing in, to Tareneh's part, we're bringing in so many qualified and educated and interesting healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, everybody that will be working in the facilities.
So it pays them forward.
Well,
in economic
100%.
development.
So you're bringing in those new members to our community. We're able to, Tareneh was saying, we can recruit. The businesses in our area can say, we have a top-notch children's hospital. So you bring your family here and you're not going to be,
Right. You're not traveling out of state to get what you need, or even at Little Rock, which going down there is great because they have 100% of the surfaces. We only have a percentage.
But we're growing.
growing it.
Yes.
And then the third economic is we're bringing in those people from those 3 other surrounding states. We're going to be the destination for them. So unfortunately, you can't. Somebody's going to have to travel. Thank goodness it's not our neighbors,
exactly.
right? We're satisfying that for our neighbors. Check mark.
Yes.
But we're going to be the destination for these families that are within a driving distance. They'll come to us. Well, that is an economic boost.
Absolutely.
For our community. So it's
360.
It is. It's really
Yes.
So
I love it. So what's your why? We know your mark.
No, I think I said my why. It's really about.
Do you have a personal why? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, aside from, all the just feel goods that we do all this every weekend.
So I've had some real experiences with Children's Hospital. So when Lance, my husband, is a physician and he has privileges at Children's Hospital, and so do his partners. And I remember when we were in med school and we moved down to Little Rock from Fayetteville, and on, is it 630? Highway 630 there? That Children's is on. And honestly, for the first 6 months I lived there, I could not drive past Children's Hospital without just breaking down and crying. So I started finding all sorts of alternate routes to go around, because I was just like, I can't believe there's all these babies in here, and this is heartbreaking. I had a young child, and then later I had my second child in Little Rock, and it was just a lot. And it was like, Liz, I don't know if what you decide to do, but I don't know if I can take it if you come home and you're healing babies with cancer, which he does do, actually. as an otolaryngologist, he does do that. But like, I just didn't know if I could take it at Children's Hospital. And finally, I was like, okay, settle yourself down. And I went and it was probably 6 months in. I went and I parked across the street in a parking lot, but just at that point in time, pretty dangerous to park at. Listen, you're all, you know, little bitty lady over there, you know, young woman over there in my car. And I just sat there and I prayed. And I said, God, help me, you know, do what's best for and I prayed for the children, and I prayed for the families and everything that they go through, and especially the parents and then the siblings who kind of get pushed to the side sometimes, or, you know, or just the fears and the things that they go through. And then I started praying for everybody in there. I said, janitors, I prayed for the techs, I prayed for delivery people, just everything that God would move through them. And use that institution, use that hospital, and use the people in Arkansas to really make other people's lives healthier and happier, and to bless them through with what God's will is for them. And so, I mean, like, that was like it's what kind of sounds crazy. It's like,
No, I love it.
crazy thing. And
I like it.
I mean, I'm being way too honest here, but it's the truth.
Yes.
You know, and I mean, of course, I've had friends and family members, and I'm not going to tell other people's personal stories, but that are very heartbreaking and then also very hopeful. And wonderful things have come out of both the heartbreak and the losses, as well as what I would call the victories and the survivors. And so, but those aren't my stories to tell. So,
But those institutions, they can be scary, right? You're like, oh, I don't know what's going on in there. I'm scared of what's going on. But I think until you force yourself to either sit outside and pray or to walk through those doors and see all the miracles happening, it completely turns the tide on
yes.
what your anticipations are of that place. Or that's how I felt in the past when I'm like, oh my God, I have a similar experience, not with a hospital, but with another nonprofit here in town, and it deals with children. And I'm like, I am never going out there. And they're like, just come out here for a tour. And it flipped everything. Now, it was the worst time to take a tour because I was like, not 7 months pregnant. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You have a new baby in here that's seeking care. I don't need to see that. But that was where that new baby needed to be for safety. So, like, that's what the children's hospital, it's providing hope. They're always providing hope the second you walk through those doors.
Yes.
It's not scary. It's hopeful.
And it's not scary. Speaking of that, for the aesthetics, it's not scary. When you walk in there,
Oh, it's so peaceful.
It's light, it's airy, it's colorful.
Yes.
There's animals and figurines and things for kids to touch. It's interactive. The floors have things to touch on, and there's just so much that makes it friendly and not scary.
Even the security is friendly.
Yes.
Like, you wear your badge. Everybody goes in and signs in and wears their badge, and everybody's so sweet about it, and they're sweet about taking it back from you, and like, you don't feel like you're...
Yes. It's a special skill set of people that work there.
It is, but Arkansas Children's does a really good job of wrapping their arms around the family, and it's not just the child and the parent; it's their siblings. You know, my year working with the Johnsons and Tori, who had battled.
Oh my gosh, she went to pre-K with my youngest.
really?
Actually, yes.
And she's a doll.
Yes, she's a spitfire.
She is a spitfire,
And I love that about her.
I do too. But then her older sister Sydney, you know, she was the older sibling of someone battling cancer, and that's a very difficult thing for a child.
I go by the wayside on accident.
Right. But Children's does a nice job of making sure that the siblings and the family are taken care of, and that all their needs are met, and really working the whole. And I think that speaks volumes to the staff, to the culture of our children.
Yes.
And I think, but it actually, to me, represents the very fiber of Northwest Arkansas.
I was just getting ready to say, it feels like just
I think that's
in
so
their
good. Yeah.
So I think that it really
Take
is
care of each other.
Yes. So it's such a proud collaboration, I think, for everybody that has been able to partner with Children's. And
I agree.
For those that haven't, I hope that they learn and about ACNW and think maybe how they could partner, and maybe
There's so many avenues.
there are 100%.
Because at the end of the day, a healthcare facility is like a city.
Yeah.
I mean, it employs everything that you could ever think of in those pretend four walls.
Yeah.
So there's always a way to contribute or to step up or volunteer or advocate or anything like that.
And it can be something that seems minimal to you. I mean, it can be like buying a toy, calling in on a telethon. It can be things that are a little bit more distant and remote because that would be your comfort level.
Right. Not everybody's boots on the ground.
Not everybody's boots on the ground. You don't have to be the volunteer. I know several of the people who volunteer there. But you don't have to be doing that boots on the ground activity. You don't have to sit on a board. You don't have
know
to be
your
a
lady.
committee. Yeah.
I'm not a boots on the ground person.
And you don't have to give 5-6 figures, 7 figures to be important. $5 makes a
$5 makes a huge difference.
Toy drive.
Exactly. A bag of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that there's so much that we can all do to come together and support something as comprehensive as Arkansas Children's, but do it in a way that's meaningful to each of us.
Absolutely.
That's exciting.
And I think Children's lends itself to that. They have several different arms for fundraising.
Of course.
Not only the gala, they have the golf tournament. Do you know how old the golf tournament is?
30 years.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was, I have gazillion written down in my notes.
That's how accurate.
Little Golf for Kids is an amazing event, and they have been doing, the guys, Mike has been doing such a great job. You know,
Mike Sewell,
Yes.
like, consistent from day one, right? Okay, yes.
I mean, he is boots
on the ground.
Yes, literal definition. And they do such a nice job in getting a large number of people to come out and participate, and the vendor community in particular is important. But it's exciting, right? It's something that they've been doing and people look forward to. I'm not a golfer, but
okay.
That's
But
not my
you can drive a mean beverage cart.
Oh, I can
Participate in that beverage garden. You can receive. Like you just said, we have to do our part, Casey.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
Mandy, step up.
That's right. That's right.
Just take your little tip cut to that pole.
Oh, wow.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Tip cut, but we're going in every direction. I'm not cool with Casey.
Okay.
Okay, I want to take it back to what you were saying that people can do and that they should be proud. It's also an honor to be affiliated with Children's, right? But here's the real thing. If you can't give anything, if you don't have time, if you're overwhelmed with work and children and family or whatever it is that you might have going on in your life, if you don't have financial resources, you don't have time or resources, you can talk about it to people. You can talk about your experience if you've had a great experience. Absolutely. You can certainly just give it a good word every chance you can get to people. Just talk it up. Like that's important. And then, I was on the ramen noodle diet when I parked across the street, I mean, mental but then come full circle around now, and here I am, and
it's a God thing. That was your path.
it's a God thing. Yeah. But also, always held it in my heart. And so, and have good things to say about it. Have good things to share with the community and people in your circle.
Word of mouth is invaluable.
It really is. So if you think you have nothing, we always have something.
You never know what story or how that can affect something and how that, or someone,
That's right.
and how that gets carried
You could be talking to somebody about it in Walmart or at the airport. And somebody else overhears it and makes a huge donation. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Yes. That's absolutely true. Or just talk on those planes at X and A. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you don't know who you're sitting by. Just keep talking.
But there's always someone on that plane. Yeah.
I just love it when everyone comes in from out of town. Well, I want friend. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Sure you do. Not sure you will after this visit, but I think you did coming in. Yeah. It's a bubble here.
It is a bubble.
Right, let's all be clear.
Yeah. That's too funny.
Yeah, so 30 years of Will Golf. Okay, yes, and that's August 1st and 2nd, so Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
And then out of Will Golf was how Color of Hope was born.
That's right.
Was it?
Yeah, it started off back in the day where they
Like a barbecue?
yes, after the golfers would get done and kind of have a little meal and like a barbecue. And I think then family and friends came and joined the golfers, and it kind of expanded. And then 16 years ago, they said, okay, we're gonna make this a real event, Color of Hope. And it was, to your point, there was a color.
I know, I can't get away from it.
No. That's how
Yeah,
it all.
it was
I
cute.
talk about like I was, the silver year, or the green year,
Yes,
the white year.
yes, that's how I reference it. But year
I
one
don't
was
know
blue.
what year it was, but I'll.
Year
talk
one
about
was
the
blue,
color.
ironically. Year two was purple. After that, not real sure.
Yeah,
Like some green in there.
yeah. There was brown.
Chocolate.
Was it raspberry one year?
Raspberry.
Yeah, that was 2018.
That was
Yeah.
great.
I remember I heard tale of
Yes.
raspberry.
Yeah.
Yes, raspberry. There was a turquoisey year.
It was a turquoise year.
Something.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
two.
It wasn't
years.
brown. It was chocolate.
Yeah,
Chocolate.
it was chocolate.
It was chocolate because Mars Wrigley was a sponsor.
Oh,
and that's where, and you voted on it. after you donated, you voted on the color of the M&M for the.
So everybody got to vote.
And you got a bracelet. Okay. Yeah.
But you know, back then, there were 1,000, 1,500 people every year doing various.
But it was unique, right?
Yes, yes.
That was the unique part of it. And now you've retooled it.
Well, you know, during those years, we didn't have a hospital even. So think about that. For 3 decades, men and women of Northwest Arkansas were golfing for ACH down in Little Rock, which, I mean, that speaks volumes.
That's huge.
The people of Northwest Arkansas saying, hey, we understand that Little Rock has our children's hospital, and they're raising funds and awareness and the conversation to promote ACH.
Right.
And then 16 years ago, they said, okay, now we're gonna elevate this. We're gonna have a gala. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have fun. There's gonna be an auction involved, and we're gonna get colors and all these things happening. And so we did that, and then all of a sudden we had a hospital opening.
I think, was the announcement with the helicopter on the stage that we were getting the physical hospital? Do you remember that?
Was it the helicopter or the ambulance year? Because do you remember we had an ambulance one year and a helicopter?
And
And we had all the kids on the. Remember the year we had all the kids on stage?
I do.
That was a special year. That was a blue year.
Okay.
I remember being on stage.
Do we have to? Oh, was that maybe the turquoise year?
No, did we
legit bring?
It was blue. Oh, we brought. Oh, yeah, because this isn't a color, Casey. We were not in blue mode.
You're bringing
No. Did you say last year?
No,
Oh, well, we were in.
we were in blue the year we had all the kids on stage.
Oh. Yes.
But that was we're not. This is not blue.
No, we're not blue, even though
we're black tie.
blue.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, that is a whole.
Let's just jump in.
So fancy.
Oh my gosh, it is such a point of contention with me, and I think it is with you too.
Oh, I know what you're about to say. Yes,
Black tie is black tie.
black tie means ladies. You're in a long dress.
Long dress and gown. Do not wear a cocktail short dress. Do not wear high low. Gown only. Do not wear a tie. Well, it can be a black tie. Right. It's a little fuzzy in this.
So here's the thing. I agree, tuxedos.
Tuxedo.
But I actually like a little flair for gentlemen because otherwise,
Well, you can bring personality to your tuxedo.
So I think that's right. I don't think everybody has to be in a black tuxedo. I think that if you watch it, how about it? I think a black suit is acceptable.
It can pass.
It's acceptable. I think that adding a cool tuxedo color print, bring it on, man.
Yes.
Why
Do
not?
it. Don't wear a colored suit.
Yeah.
Don't wear your navy blue suit. Don't wear your tan poplin suit because it's in August.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, I don't think anyone's coming in tan, but I do. I've seen some beautiful navy tuxedos. So I'm all blue. There can be a very tailored blue suit that I can approve, and I'm pretty picky.
I know.
We know.
Yeah. But it's not a surprise here. So I think that there is room for creativity for men. But the bottom line is black tie means formal.
It does.
Long, and it means not casual.
Yes.
You know, so I do think we have some room for
Creativity and education.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's formal.
Yes. It's not optional. It's not black tie optional.
No,
it's
not
black tie.
That's right. So
Maybe we need to change the wording of black tie.
what would we change it to?
I don't know.
We've talked about this for years.
How about full length gown?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, obviously, the direction needs to go to the girls somewhat.
I'm telling you, I have some thoughts on some of the ladies.
More than the men.
Not a safe space at the moment.
Stop recording.
I need to pause. Wear a full length gown.
That is full length gown.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what color. Wear any
color.
To me, black tie is the most like that is not
negotiable.
It's formal.
It's not negotiable.
Sassy casual.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what any of that stuff means.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
And you Google it, you still don't know.
Formal.
Oh, is it not clear?
No,
that
black
was
tie.
on time.
No,
That's super chic.
Oh,
That's all over the place. That's all over the place.
We had some of that once, and it was spunky something.
Oh, that's.
I don't know.
I love all that. It's hilarious.
spunky.
No, what about smart casual?
Oh, I love that. I love that.
What does
And
that
Smart casual, stupid casual.
I love that. How great would that be to do something that's called stupid casual?
Snappy. Yeah,
I do that often.
It was a snappy casual. I was invited to something, and the dress code was snappy casual.
What's that?
Snappy casual.
Like, what?
I mean, that's kind of how you dress. Snappy.
Do you think I'm snappy casual?
I do.
That could be my grandma named Snappy.
No,
I'm just
Jamie.
kidding.
Here we go.
No, we're back. And we're back. Sorry. Back to big fan.
Is that a debate right now?
Well, my kids are just. Well, I have a grand.
Right. Yeah. Do you have a name?
Not really. I like jammy, but my kid they have some associations with it. So my kids have some associations with jammy.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna let him name it.
Who came up
He's
with
only 6 months.
Everybody says that, yeah.
I'll be
That's so hard on them. That is so hard on parents. They want to start pushing it, so they'll say it.
They're calling me Jenny. I don't know. But then it's not really a grandma.
Jenny?
Just Jenny.
No. Great. Hey, Jenny. Jenny.
Maybe that. Jenny.
Well, that's a fancy Jenny. I was thinking Forrest Gump Jenny. That's where I was.
Jenny. Yeah.
I wasn't on fancy.
I don't know about that.
Take it, sister.
I know. I'm like, no, not Jenny.
No.
See, and Jenny, why Jenny? Wait, think of Jam.
It's adorable. I was Googling good grandma names.
Yeah.
Mandy called it.
And I found it. And I was like, this is perfect.
Jamie.
Jammy.
I think it's adorable, but I cannot
You
get them
seem
to.
fancier than a Jamie.
They can't fancier.
You do.
You so fancy.
You are so fancy.
I would not take Gigi if I were you. That's really overdone.
They should have seen all.
And I have a Gigi, or I have Gigi. What's yours gonna be?
Gigi.
Oh,
I'm just messing with
that was quick.
Well, great.
That was quick. Yeah.
I whatever my kids tell me.
I do love Gigi. I was
just messing with you.
Yeah.
You're fine.
That was good. Well played.
Oh God, and I'm pretty sure I cuss. So
You're gonna end up being a Gigi now.
I probably will. My mom's a Gigi.
My mom's a Gigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many Gigi's now.
Babies and Gigi's are
Whatever. I'm not gonna be a Queenie, and I'm not gonna be a Mimi. And other than that, I'm pretty okay with whatever they come up with.
Probably no TT.
Maybe not a TT.
Tata.
TT. Oh, Tata's funny.
Tata's
could work. It's also maybe I don't know if you want great kids to do that, but okay.
It's kind of funny.
But
too.
I love her.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's fitting in.
So my son always said, "You're going to be taught, and you're going to be Tootie Taw. That's what you're going to be." And then this is awful commercial. Exactly. That's terrible.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not a Tootie.
A tootie.
I'm not a
Yeah,
Tootie.
rah-rah.
What?
Rah-rah.
Maybe. Kind of sounds like a dog barking, but maybe.
I was thinking cheerleading.
Okay,
Because you are kind of a cheerleader, like in your daily life.
I kind of.
Yes, you advocate for everyone.
Yeah, ask Lance about that.
I don't think we're going to go there.
He's outside now.
Okay, I'm hanging right there.
That'd be funny if Lance just opened the door. I am here.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I am co-chair.
yeah,
Dr. Lance Manning.
Co-chair. Yeah, I know. We didn't even talk about Lance. I'm sorry.
He's okay.
Yeah, we should have brought a paper doll. Like
That would have been funny.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. She'll just
But no pins.
They're not like a voodoo doll. Yeah.
No, definitely not. Just like a flat Stanley. Like a flat Lance. Yeah.
Yeah, black Lance.
We should have bought Flat Hunter too, because I mean he helped you. Share.
Yeah. Hunter and Lance, let me tell you, I've seen them at these galas more than once, doesn't I still did. Well, and also at your house in the basement.
Our basement gala in the park. Yeah.
Since you've been here. So, and they pretty much just sit in the chairs and watch the ladies dance as we dance. That's right. And they're helpers.
Yeah.
Lance has actually done a great job helping. He's secured some pretty nice auction items. So,
That's awesome.
big shout out, Lance Manning. Thank you.
Can we tease any auction items?
Well, I think we can tease yours because we haven't announced anything else. But if you want to tease yours, you can. But otherwise, we haven't started pushing, what's going to be out there yet. It'll come out about next week.
Is that okay? Good job.
It's a good variety. Some really
I have a
good
calendar that
things.
tells me these things.
You mean by the silent auction?
Silent and live.
Oh, well, we can't tease ours because I think we're not going to put our names on it. So top secret, y'all.
Okay.
Well, so we have some really good things.
Okay,
We're gonna
stay
talk about
tuned.
this too. But the silent
Large
auction has a lot of
variety.
great stuff.
Good variety.
Yeah.
On both silent and live. A lot of variety. Something for everyone.
But I think that's the thing about what's nice about Gala of Hope. So you've referenced that we've gone from a big event in
We went from a barbecue to a huge
we
event.
went from a barbecue to a huge event, and now we brought it back down to
Yes.
500 people and changed locations. So we're at the Fayetteville Public Library, which
So
is
intimate and beautiful.
Amazing.
it's a beautiful space. But then, if you've been to the Fayetteville Public Library and seen how amazing it is, wait and if you come to Gala because it is transformed by
It is
the
transformed.
fabric and the chandeliers and the decor
And the walls.
and the
Just in the windows,
yes.
the entire place.
And the
not
walk up
very
to
exactly.
Yes.
I mean, it is.
It is something.
It's something.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you heard out Met Gala.
That's right. Yeah. And so we've elevated it, right? But we brought a third of the people into the room. But what's nice is that the silent auction and the live auction can be viewed by anybody. You can bid on any of it.
Accessibility.
Yeah. Accessibility.
Just like the hospital.
That's right. And so I think that's what's exciting. So people
Yes.
can get on and bid on any of the silent auction items. You can bid on the live auction, whether you're coming or not. And then it does shut down at a certain point on that Friday, and you have to start going either to live proxy or in the room.
Right.
But that makes sense.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And so you can be a part of it, whether you can be there or not.
love it.
Yeah. So
love
there'll be
it.
some really good things people should keep their eyes on.
Definitely.
Experiences.
Experiences.
Those are huge. No
Yeah.
one needs any more stuff. All the experiences.
Experiences. And, who doesn't want a little bit of stuff?
Well, I mean, let's talk about stuff.
Let's talk about stuff.
Let's talk about some stuff that you have happening in August.
Well,
Talk about some red wine.
Let's talk about some stuff.
We've been super lucky to get Christian Louboutin to be a sponsor and supporter of Arkansas Children's. And it started in 2019, and they have continued to partner with us every year. And it's amazing. They bring a pop-up shop, and we have an invite-only sale.
But it's not hard.
But yes, it started off as like just my friends.
Yes.
Right? My friends came and shopped.
Which we appreciate.
100%. Yes.
And now we still invite only, but it's not hard to get invite because you can come you can ask a friend to bring you.
Yes.
People will reach out to me and say, "Hi, you don't know me, but I want to come to your event."
I
And I'm
want.
like, okay.
Great. It's for the kids.
It's all for the kids because they get back 10% of the.
Why my shoes are pretty. It's for the children.
Just around a year, Mr. Louboutin gave me this bag and he decorated it for me and inspired the Dogon.
I love it.
So I carry it to promote Gay Love Hope. It was Color of Hope then. But at the time we were raising money for pediatric cancer so our hematology oncology unit could be added, and it has been added, and now we're working on the expansion. So
Like to touch it.
bringing the bag. I love it. So they're a sponsor of Gay Love Hope, but will also come a few weeks after Gay Love Hope, and we'll do another pop-up for their next collection, for their fall collection.
And we have a fun theme for this collection.
They're doing a little bit of a Western theme. So that's
Giddy up.
Giddy up. Cowboy up, friends. And we are all country music lovers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they'll keep their traditional, heels.
Everyone needs a pump.
Everyone needs a pump, the sandal, there's flats, there's sneakers. I've got a lot of their sneakers now. And they've just got a lot of things for everybody.
A lot of sharks.
A lot of sharks. A lot of sharks. They even collaborated
shark.
with me. We made an Arkansas exclusive sneaker this past year. So that was
Yes.
good
Does
times.
everybody in this room own the sneaker?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We all
Or mine last night, actually.
You did?
Yes, I did.
I did end up with a pair.
Yes, you did.
I
There are
totally
only
did.
70 people worldwide, men and women, 70, who have that sneaker.
And ladies,
Or
that's
right
for the
here.
children too, right?
Oh, yeah.
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 That's right.
I know.
That's
That
for
was
the children.
great.
That's
It's
our-
a really comfortable shoe.
It's one of the best shoes.
It really is. I had to go down. So my
Okay.
size was not there. And so I was like, oh, well, I'm SOL. And then I don't know, somebody made me stick my foot in one of them. And I was like, well, this doesn't even fit anyway. So I had to go down. So it worked out and that size was there. It was meant to be. Yeah.
You don't have to pair.
Yes.
That is the thing I will say about designer shoes, regardless of the brand. I'm not a size consistent.
No, these are smaller than my original sharks. Than your sharks that I bought from, well, they're all from you, but your capsule
My
shark
collection.
Yeah.
is smaller than this one. So
For Louis Vuitton Boutique.
yes,
Yes.
yes, I saw the two of you at an event in May, children's a la carte.
Yes.
And somebody came up to me just randomly at another side of the event, was like, "Is that from Mandy's capsule?" It is.
It absolutely
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a very bold shoe for me.
It is a bold shoe for you. You do a little bit. You like a little plain, like a black, a white, a neutral floral, or something that you're white with this. Yeah, but red was. I was proud of you.
Yes. So I wore it to Razorback baseball games.
Yes.
Pairs well with.
Yes. Well, I mean, it is Razorback red.
It is.
Hunter has worn his and gotten a lot of street cred from the future athletes.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They're
Yes.
Yeah. They're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, we might like you.
Yeah, he may be cool.
He might be.
The kids know what they are.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure they do.
Yeah.
What's yeah, so talk about your capsule. I know I just got sidetracked.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, talk about your capsule, even though it was like one and done. And sorry that y'all didn't get to join us, but speak to that because it was really cool.
It was.
I had 2 pair. I think I got 2.
Yeah.
A Barbie shoe.
Yes. So we did. So what happened was a couple years ago, I said, we need red shoe. We need something here for Arkansas fans. Because obviously the bottoms are always red, but they don't always have.
Well, we don't walk around like this.
That's right. There's not a red.
Oh, if I do find myself doing that when I'm wearing it, I'm always like,
just gonna cross my
yeah, I'll cross my legs. Or in a picture, I like stick my foot out a little bit or lift my toe up because I mean, show off the Oh yes, yeah,
That is too funny. I love it. Well, and so they said, okay, we'll do something. So we started working on what would we want to make. Well, I learned a lot about the brand and how they make something. First of all, collaborations previously were not being done. So Marvel got ahead of me. Thank you, Marvel.
Marvel, Macke. I mean, come on.
But then we partnered and collaborated and said, and partnered is that's a loose term. I mean, I literally said, I want to do this. They did it. I get nothing from it other than they give back to Arkansas children. So that's the partnership. But we came up with the sneaker.
How long did it take?
Well, and it's
A year and a half.
they're exclusive shoes to here.
Yeah. Well, so they came here. So we said, we're going to have a shoe. They don't do a capsule, meaning they have to have more than a shoe.
Okay.
So we did a shoe for men and women, and then we did a lady shoe. And that shoe, in all fairness, I just said I needed to coordinate with what I also wanted, a stadium bag.
Okay.
A university approved stadium bag. So it's a clear bag that you can take to sporting events and concerts.
And I missed that purchase. That was
Well,
that was a no on my end.
you should, I know, right? It's a winner.
I have massive regret. Having gone to the AMP a couple weeks ago, I was like, donation. Get that
Only, yeah, I was carrying
Yes.
That has been,
was a
I
mess.
think actually though, we are working with them on that becoming part of their collection because it was,
That particular bag.
because those sold out.
those sold out in minutes. I mean,
I told you they would sell out before. Like you could pre-sell them and they'd been gone. Like I was maybe gonna have to be out of town, and I was losing my mind. Like if I don't have that stadium bag, if you do not secure me, that's a stadium bag.
Because everyone's going to stadium.
but that was the delay. So when you asked how long, it was 18 to 24 months, but it was about the bag. So it's PVC, right? And so they were working on what type of quality would hold because they're known for their embellishment, right? Like embezzlements.
Yeah.
Their embellishments like studs and spikes, like right here.
Shout out to you,
wanted
Emily,
put
for
a
that one.
stud or a grommet,
Bedazzlers.
a bedazzler,
Dazzlers, yeah.
and it needed to be able to hold the structure but still be clear because we were very clear with them. It has to be clear. I was clear with
Clear.
I had clear with Paris, right? So
Yes.
it's not the same. They don't know. They don't have those roles,
Right.
So we worked on that for a long time, and they were not. The atelier was having trouble getting it all right, but they did. Finally, they did.
I love it.
Clear as mud for them.
It was clear as mud. So they had a bag and our red sneaker, and then they came up with a shoe to match the bag, and that's where the Barbie.
Is that the Barbie shoe?
Yeah, so it's the clear PVC with the white heel that has a little bit of spike down the back
And a little bit of curve.
and a little bit of curve, because that's the new heel style that was part of their new release this year. And so that was harder for us to sell, if you can imagine, because
You know what? I wore that to BFF opening night, and I got a million compliments on that shoe. It was real comfortable. Like, it's not high. It's higher than a kitten, but it's lower than...
it's an 85, I think.
It's an 85.
It's a
Again, a little higher than a kitten, a little lower than a whatever.
A regular.
And I was like, this is really, like, I'm in flats, but I don't like to be in flats, but I'm still in a heel, but a higher than a
Kitten. Yeah. It still gives your calf that lift.
It does. And the clear PVC, whatever we call that, held up to the heat, the humidity that evening.
It did not fog over, and that's
No, because I'm like, gross.
Well, yes, and I have a PVC shoe of theirs from like a decade ago, and that PVC does fog.
And that's so gross. And I love the look of all the PVC shoes.
Yeah.
But I was
So
like,
they reworked it, revamped it, and it is a very sexy, but
it is.
it's
It's a special shoe.
It's a statement shoe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's an understated shoe.
Yes.
So it's a winner.
You're like, it's a gala shoe. And I'm like, the heck it is. I'm wearing this all summer.
It's cute. Jeans and a V-neck white tee.
It's so cute.
So cute.
Right.
Sundresses, so cute.
Yes.
Gala dresses, yes.
I loved
Cocktail
it.
dresses, winning.
Yes.
You can wear it anywhere. I think that's the best part. And I do believe
Crystal Bridges.
she wore it, yes. Both Brittany and Tareneh wore
Oh,
it.
because it was a white party. It
was a white
Yes,
party.
perfect.
And then I was going to wear it. I was like, we are all three not walking
not
in the same
walk in,
shoe.
yeah,
We carried the same bag. They carried the same shoe. I was like, we're too much.
Yeah.
Even Jewel said, I like your bags.
They're like, thank you.
And your shoes.
Thank you.
Well, you notice there's a theme going on here.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. And friends like the same things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and it was your castle,
That's right.
right?
And that's the key.
That's
That's
the
the
key.
key.
So nobody else has these. Somebody was like, "Pretty like your shoe." I was like, "Special one."
And you can't get
So it's for the
you
kids.
can't
Sorry,
have that.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what?
You weren't on the list.
A word from Mandy Macke, exclusive.
Exclusive.
It's an exclusive shoe.
It is. It's an exclusive shoe,
And it benefited the children of Arkansas.
right?
Yeah.
But that was a special event in April.
In April.
It's not what I was expecting when I walked in.
Right.
It's like, oh, where's all the shoes?
They will be
Right here.
They're coming.
They're coming in August.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was,
so
yeah.
it was
It was a change for people to wrap their arm around it. You know, when you say capsule on a trunk show, people don't really understand if you've never been to a capsule.
Well, I didn't even read. I'm just gonna be honest. I was like, Monday's shoe party is this day.
I call it
Book
Mandy's
my
shoe party.
Right, I book my appointment and I show up and spend. So
And we
it
like
doesn't
that.
really matter if you're gonna have a
They
capsule
show
or a
their
horse.
thank you.
Yes.
And they were so, I mean, they were so good about bringing additional things in as things sold out. I mean, they were getting shipments every day.
Yeah. We sold out of all the women's sneakers and the handbag within day one.
Nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And so all we had left were some Barbie shoes. And so we were bringing in product like by the hours. Like there'd be a shipment that would arrive, you know, one at 10 and then at 2 o'clock there was another load because they were just overnighting and, you know,
I love that.
so.
So I do have a shoe box that still has a little tag on the end that says S.A. Mandy. So my sales associate.
I know.
Yeah. I know. Well, the funny part is people will talk to me as if I'm selling shoes. I'm like, well, I'm hustling for the children.
Yes.
But I'm not selling shoes today. Not that it would be fine. You know.
So much.
I have a real job. I have a real job.
Sales associate Mandy.
Yeah.
That's like, that is perfection, right?
It says like the printed out tag.
No.
Oh, just a post-it. I wish they would change all the receipts to say your name.
Yeah,
That would be amazing.
That would be funny.
That's your
Mark would get
goal
upset.
for August. That's your
Mark would.
yeah.
Well, the funny part is so it's called the Mandy Macke
Maxie?
capsule collection because I want to call it the Arkansas capsule, but
No, I mean, still great,
yeah, well,
but it's you.
but so in Paris they're calling it the Mandy Macke, and then they'll say, "What's the plan for the Arkansas party?"
to Bob Macke? Exactly. Yeah, that's where I go.
But they call it what's the event for the Arkansas event, and we've become
I love
a
it.
part of the conversation.
Do they do these events around the country? Do they have other people they partner with? You're just the most special.
Well, they partner with organizations and nonprofits, but they do them in-house at their stores.
Okay.
So we were the first to go off-site, and we were successful. So they tried it. Somebody else tried to mimic it, and it wasn't as successful for them. So they're open as a brand. They've been talking to other people, but there haven't been as many that have come to be because they can't get the logistics. So I'm sure there'll be more this. I mean, I've talked to 2 other store managers who've asked me, how did I make it successful?
Right.
What worked and how did I make it work? So they're working on it.
Okay.
Because Louboutins are sold, the store is still very,
Teeny tiny.
it's still tiny. I mean, Mr. Louboutin's been designing since I think he went 91 maybe, you know, like when he broke out on his own.
Okay.
But it's still a very mom and pop shop kind of mentality. And so they have few boutiques, and then now they have, and of course, Saks and Neiman's and Bergdorf's and now Nordstrom sell them in their stores, but not all stores.
Okay.
Like they'll have shoes specific to the store, right?
Right. And so they do different things. And then they have an online presence, obviously. And then they have their international boutiques.
Right.
So they're working on, you know, expanding.
I'm with you. But I like this. You own this little, I don't know what we
She actually created this. Look at how her vision for Children's Hospital to raise money for the children.
It
Kind
is
of
the most
shifted the
unique
fashion
way.
world.
Yes.
On the international stage.
Yes.
Like,
They and
And we're looking so much better in Northwest Arkansas.
Yes, we
I
are.
mean, we are ripping. And
Yeah,
It's so funny. Somebody said to me, they're like,
Hunter's cool now.
I mean, Hunter's so cool.
right?
Finally, yeah.
Y'all it took Mandy to get him some sharks, but we're finally there.
well, I will say I'm going to give a shout out to the brand because they knew when I became chair for 2019, they said, what can we do to help you? They asked me, and I thought that was super great. They said, what can we do for you? And so not only did they have that very first pop-up, and then, so therefore they became a sponsor for 2019, Mr. Louboutin did a video, and it was very sweet, and was saying, you know, like, thank you, people of Northwest Arkansas, good luck, raise the money for these children. He's a father, and it was very kind, and it was from his heart, because he doesn't just say yes to any old charity.
Right.
You know, he wants
You
to
can't.
Right. And so I feel like we had buy-in from the brand because Arkansas Children's is important, and they could understand that, they could feel that, they got the message, and they said, yeah, we'll partner with you. And I think that circles back to speaking volumes to what Arkansas, that's right, to our community, what Arkansas Children's means to our state. And so they were a brand at that time who had no presence in Arkansas.
I love that. No, zero.
So they've since started a presence.
Through you.
We might have been the largest sales those days across the country.
I went into one of their boutiques in Vegas, and I was looking. It was right before one of your shows, and I was like, the guy had to let me in, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like looking, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the like spaceship shirt looking thing, and I don't see. It's real obvious, right? It's real big and loud and neon. And
The orange one
yes,
that you and I both have.
yes. And I'm like, I'm sure he's like, she's not buying anything. Because I probably looked homeless. I mean, it's just, I did not pack well for this Vegas trip. It decided to drop 40 degrees in my flight over there for the whole week. I didn't pack anything for cold weather. I was prepared for hot weather. So I did look homeless. So whatever. Anyways, I'm looking for this shoe. I'm like, I just want to see it in person before I buy it next week. And I'm like, do you have this shoe? And he's like, nobody in the States has this shoe. And I was like, okay, my friend has this shoe next week. I'm going to get it. And he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, he was like, oh, your friend, that's sure.
I walked in and I was like, oh, he was so kind and cute. And I really was kind, but I was like, this is funny. I was like, oh, it's in California, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to get it next week.
Right?
I love that.
And they do, that's what's so exciting. They do bring things that are one of a kind. We got Canada, one of the Canadian stores did an exclusive shoe. It had Razorback Red on it. I said, we need that. They got 5 of their 18 shoes sent to us. All 5 sold. And then we had a couple more. And so before they even premiered in their store. So, I mean, things happen, right?
Yes.
We can make some things move.
You can sell any red here.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Have you seen what's coming next month?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
You happy with it?
I am.
Good.
Yes, it's exciting. It's different. I think that's something about when you're doing them every year. Because I talked about
In the spring.
right. We always do it in the spring, March or April, and because we did the capsule is why we're going to do one in August.
Okay.
But even when you do it in March or April, their brand is pretty true to keeping to the styles and the look. They add a new style or a look every year. We're not the community that's going to always buy
Right.
10-inch stiletto spikes, right?
Yes.
We're going to have more of the kitten heels
Yes.
and the sneakers and the practical
The
pops.
85.
Yeah.
The 85.
Yeah, the 85.
The 85.
I mean, even the loafers have sold really well.
Yeah. And so we are just different than maybe what you think of when you go to the normal stores, right? We're not the typical crystal shoe, right? Crowd. And so, but when you have the basics every year, people are seeing the same things because things overlap. Things don't just,
Yes.
So things that are sold here one year might be sold in Asia the following year, or in Canada, or the States pick it back up because it was only picked up by 2 boutiques. So now all 6 boutiques now and 4 stores are picking up. So the product line may be repetitive to some people. They always have new stuff, obviously.
There's always unique items.
But that's what they're doing is they bring in unique items for our event. So they do a really great job to help the ladies and men of Northwest Arkansas stay fresh
I love it.
and fun
For the kids.
for the
For the kids.
Circling back when you're running that credit card.
Yes, it's for the kids.
for the kiddos. We're doing it all for the kiddos.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right.
Because they're our future.
They are.
We have to keep them healthy.
We do, and we're doing a good job. We can do better.
Always we can do better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's what
work is never done.
That's right. Coming together to make sure that we continue to meet the need and be ready for all kids and their families.
I love it.
And also have cutting edge care.
Yeah.
So important. The machinery, the technology, ever changing. I'm sure you listen to Lance talk about it. I mean, all the time. And it's ever changing. And to recruit these physicians, we have to have what they're being trained on in med school and fellowships and whatnot. So we've got to have what they're being trained on. We have to bring in that equipment.
Right. Okay. Well, and having two locations, you'll have some things here, some things there. Like, it's long term.
Well, and as much as yes, and I will say that I would love, it would be great if no family ever had to travel outside of Northwest Arkansas. But that's not the reality we live in.
Right.
We have ACNW to satisfy immediate, urgent, and everyday situations. And then we, as the hospital unit, we have Little Rock that is able to say, okay, hey.
It's all encompassing.
That's right.
You couldn't do transplants here.
Right,
There's so
no.
many very specialized things that have to have certain types of
Yes.
They have staffing needs, like usually things that need to be associated with the university.
Yes.
Med school, actually.
And so, we will always have that amazing relationship with the mothership.
It is the mothership. I mean, it takes that block.
Yeah, you have to have it with the flagship location that says, okay, that's where the source is going to be for these things. But then you can do your follow-ups back here in Northwest Arkansas. And so I think that it's a give and a take, right? It would be amazing to say that no family, no individual, no child ever had to go more than 30 miles to
not
get
reality.
But that's not reality. And so
That's not reality even in giant
I was
cities.
gonna say, right?
Anywhere.
so we're doing what we can and at a pace it seems fast and it
pretty
seems slow to
remarkable.
other people, but we're doing it. I mean, honestly, if you would have told me 6 years ago that we were already, hospitals open,
2.
and we're already into Tower 2, I would have said, no, I would have guessed 10 or at year 6.
But no, our population's ever expanding. So we need the space to care for.
And it's really nice that children's answering that call. And really what's happening is the Northwest Arkansas community is answering that call.
They're
because
answering
we cannot do
Yes.
it as a hospital unit alone. It takes everybody in all forms and fashion to come together and make it happen.
Well, wow. So I can't think of a better place to end.
That's a mic drop.
And
scene.
Thank you for talking about it with everybody.
do what?
Thank 3W for giving us the time to
You're so helpful. Thank you for carving out time.
Of course.
Really hard.
Thank you for bringing all the
These
champagne.
schedules. Hydration is
Yeah.
really important.
Hydration is important.
It's really important. She did not believe me. And she texts me.
I said, do I need to?
I was like, no, I promise you. I
I'm gonna bring it.
I had 2 jankety splits in the mini fridge. I don't know. They've obviously come from somewhere, some gift bag of some sort. They've just been thrown in the refrigerator. I'm not going to say what they are. They're not that. And I was like, yeah, I got it. And I text the photo
Like, oof.
because I was like, I can't pass this up.
Yeah. This is it's in the car.
Like, I got it. I got 2, not just one. I got
That was good.
I was like, kidding.
Well played.
It's funny. It was that funny ha-ha moment.
Yes, exactly.
Did you drop?
How can I say?
You almost go off the road for a second.
I was like, I need to pack a bag.
It's like, no, I got you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I got you. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's fun.
Thank you. Cheers to the children.
Cheers to the children and the future.
Yes. We'll see you next time on the 3W podcast. Keep inspiring a culture of giving. See ya.